For this demonstration, I'll be using the Zetec Miz-21C, and we're going to be doing some conductivity and liftoff testing. The first thing is to pick the conductivity and coating thickness application. Then we'll just pick any config, and I'm going to edit. And what I'm looking for is, I'm going to pick other probe because it's not a Zetec probe. It's an absolute probe. It's 50 kilohertz, which is not what I would normally use, but it's the only probe that I have here that's fairly stable. And the conductivity coupons that I have here are 29, 46, and this one is 62.37. Liftoff thickness shims, I'm going to be using 3 of them. One of them is 5 mils, 10 mils, and 15 mils, so you can add other values if you have them. And then I'm going to click on this little caliper, which brings us into the calibration menu, and click tap to calibrate. It's just going to have me verify my values, so those look good. My shim values look good. So now it's just going to have me hold my probe in air and click next. Then it's saying place your probe on the 29% I-axis, which is this one. Then we're going to do the 46. And finally, the 62.37. So you can see the vector point of the unloaded coil in the upper left hand part of your screen. And the conductivity values fell right where you'd expect them to fall, with the highest conductivity being at the bottom. So now it wants us to use the 5 mil shim. And the 5 mil shim is blue. So we're going to put that on our first value. And watch the vector point and make sure that it makes sense on the impedance plane before you hit next. Because if that's in an obscure spot where it's not supposed to be and you hit next, you're going to have a messed up curve. But that position looks good. Now we're going to move the shim up to the 46% conductivity. Got to make sure we keep our coil stable. That spot looks pretty good. Then we're going to move up to our 62.37. Make sure we got it stable. It looks good. We're going to go to our 10 mil shim, which is going to be brown. Place it on our first material. Make sure it's stable. That looks good. The next material, that looks stable already. Then our third material, that looks pretty good. And then finally, I'm going to go to the 15 mils, which is going to be pink. Yep. So place that down. Make sure it's good and stable before I store it. Around the 46% I-axis. That's stable. And this will be our final calibration point. So there you can see we have our 3 nested curves. Now they don't look perfect, but they look pretty good. The outermost curve represents 0 liftoff. The first nested curve represents 5 mils liftoff. The second nested curve represents 10 mils liftoff. And the third or innermost conductivity curve represents 15 mils of liftoff. Now from your studies, you may recall seeing illustrations of nested curves from Dr. Forrester. Well, now you get to finally see them in action. So now that our curve is complete, we will hit done so we can make a few tests. So first, we're just going to try the 29% I-axis without a shim. That's pretty close. 46% without a shim. And the 62% without a shim. Now we'll go to a slightly different screen presentation. Now you can actually see the vector point or the impedance trace move. Traces the same liftoff lines as before. That's good. And we'll go to one more. So here I'm going to do the three materials without any shims. So that one reaches the initial point. Here's our 46%, our 62.37. And when we put in the first blue shim, it would be 5 mils on the 29%. Right about to that same point. This will be the 46%. And so it's pretty repeatable. Here's the 62.37. There you go. So by storing these known vector points, what the conductivity of your material is and what the approximation of liftoff is. There we got the nested curves and the numerical values. So for this last one, I'm going to use the pink shim, which is 15 mils. And I'm going to go on the 29% conductivity. That's pretty close. 15 mils, come up with about 14. The next one will be the 46% IAX. Coming up about, what, 41, 42. And the final one is going to be the 62.37 with 15 mils. And coming up a little short on the conductivity, but I'm pretty close on the liftoff. So there you have it. Conductivity testing with liftoff measurements. And now you've seen nested conductivity curves for different values of liftoff.